It sure feels good to sit in the sun. Yeah, it sure does, doesn't it? Doesn't the sun feel good? Yeah, even for pigs, too. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so it's cold out. Sarge enjoying a little bit of sun here. We get a little bit of sun in this room in the morning. See, it's cold out, but it's actually sunny out. It's actually looks like it's pretty clear. So that at least makes it nice walking out. Now, I want to go do some work on the van. Okay, here's the back of the house. So you see the back here doesn't really get that much sun here. And then behind the garage, okay, on the other side of the garage, not inside the garage because my roommate's got a boat in there, but outside the garage and the driveways where I have been doing work on my van. But the problem is, one thing is, I figured out that right now in the winter, it's like it only gets like about a half hour sun a day because it's like by the time the sun swings all the way up in that area that it starts getting low. And so I think it might be more enjoyable if I could just, I have this big project I've been doing it to go drive someplace out in the open, and then I could just I think I'm going to hang out with Sarge there. I'll bring him along, and then I'll use my inverter for the couple. I'm not going to have to use a lot of power tools, but anyway, my idea is to go some places out in the open where there'll be like lots of sun, so I can get as much sun as I can while I'm like inside the van. So I'm inside the van, I'll be able to see the sun, and then it'll make it nicer, and stuff. Oh, there's my neighbor there out there. They're smoking. Okay, here we are walking out here. I already got Sarge in the car. Oh wait, let me get his leash. The snow's actually not that deep because I did that video about that blizzard the other day, and that's the road I went down there anyway. But a blizzard sometimes can be like pretty intense, but it really just all you need for a blizzard is snow and like high winds. But there can actually not really be that much actual fall, But that blizzard we had last year was like 2 feet of snow, but that was last December. I mean, the December before last, you know what I mean. Okay, so you can see here's the car here, the van, which I'm going to be going and working on. Now you can see that the sun hasn't actually even made it to the van yet. And this is where I've been working out here. And then once it kind of gets out there, then it'll start kind of drooping down, kind of low here. And also because we're on this kind of hill here, makes it, so anyway, so by going down, we go down to Park Point, which is down, by the beach area. By going down there, I should still have a few hours of sunlight, so I can actually be like in the sun. You can see I'm going south for some warmer weather, but it's south in Duluth, and actually because it's by the lake, it might also be warmer there too.
This is John here. Let me just a quick side video here just to show you the geography of where I went today. And okay, sorry, this is that we're looking at this map upside down, but here's Minnesota. I hope you can it was easier to look at it from this direction. So here's Lake Superior and stuff, and here's where Duluth is. Oh shoot, no, that's not it. Okay, so anyway, here's yeah, forget that other part. Okay, so here's Duluth, and so I live about like in this area. And this is Wisconsin over here, so you can see here's like the harbor and stuff, and this is like the St. Louis River estuary, freshwater estuary, that's pretty deep and still part of the harbor till it gets like about there. And then yeah, so anyway, so this is where, okay, there you go, get tilted the way I wanted to. Okay, so yeah, I live like right about here in this area, on the hill. And then you can see that like, so like let's just pretend I was a bird able to fly from my house, and let's see, do I want to fly a little lower? Let's see. Okay, so you go out this peninsula here, you come down here downtown, then there's this little area. This is Canal Park. This is the famous lift bridge, which the ships come under. All these big 1,000-foot ships come, and some of them are international ships, ocean going. They come in through here, come to the ports. A lot of people, including myself, really like ships and stuff. And then, okay, then here's like a marina here, and then now we're going on this strand here. So I'm driving down, and then a bunch of houses, a big beach, but okay. And then, okay, so this was where I started out. Okay, this is the boat launch down here, and this is where I go later on, and this is where the people were parking for the ice fishing. And then this parking lot over here is where I was like doing my work on the van. Now, unfortunately, the one that I showed the most of the actual, like when I was kind of in there with the tools and stuff, I accidentally like, it looks like that file got deleted. So that later you might notice that it's a little abrupt that I'm missing part that I wanted. But anyway, and then later on, this is where I was out there. And then, and just to show down here, this is what if I can kind of replicate the view, except this is the summertime. And by the way, let's see. Oh yeah, that's. I think this is actually my sailboat out here. Okay. By the wait, oh no, not 19. No, it says 1992 here. No, okay, no, I think this is it out there. Okay, it doesn't look that great, but that's where I keep my sailboat moored in case anybody wants to go sink it after I get more popular, right? I mean, it's just like a pretty. It's not a very expensive sailboat. It's just like a 19-foot one, but but it's still fun to go out in the harbor here. Um, I mean, actually, sailboats are more affordable than you think, and in fact, a lot of times maybe people get them and they just get rid of them at the end of the season. And probably they, whatever. Okay, yeah. So here's that hill there. So you'll see that in that picture. Sometimes it's hard to do this. But anyway, but yeah. So that's that hill that I start. So I live. It kind of didn't look it like from other, but I'd be. I guess my house might be somewhere like in this area, not like at the very top, but kind of like on the side of the hill here. And then anyway, and then Duluth actually stretches like a long ways.
Okay, buddy, we're going. Park Point right now, down by the water. And okay, you can kind of see but I filmed it a sec ago. But okay, anyway, the van's just, if you can see it, it's through the trees there, right there. Anyway, and I was just walking Sarge here, and I got him kind of walking. Then I'm kind of hanging out here in this little pavilion area, which is actually kind of feels good under here because there's the sun and actually, you know what? It's actually fairly warm right now. I think it might actually be like above freezing, which is around here considered good this time of year in January. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to walk back in a minute to the van there and do some work inside, a little bit of van build activity while hanging out there, so that I can basically, so instead of doing it in that gloomy backyard of mine in that alley, like where it's all dark and stuff, I can at least be out here like in the sun and stuff, I got done doing the work on the van. Now, I don't want to show anybody right now, say what work I'm doing on the van. That's a little bit of a secret, but anyway, it was using a few light power tools and stuff. Okay, now I'm ready to go. And it was a lot nicer doing it here because I didn't even have to turn the heat on. Plus, like being in the sun, it kind of kept the van all like more like a constant temperature. Because if you're using like some kind of heater, it's still hard because the air still doesn't get, it's a lot easier to get it like a lot even temperature when it's like the sun out. Anyway, so I'm gonna give a real quick like a better look at the ice fishing people. See, so it looks like this year, it looks like they're plowing this parking lot. Okay, because last year's like they weren't plowing this parking lot, so that's good. Okay, here we go. So if you've seen some of my videos, this is where I go sailing during the winter. I mean, during the summer. I keep saying that. And there's the people ice fishing out there. Lots of people out there. And it's actually pretty warm out, right? Yeah, it's sunny out and it's pretty warm for January for sure, because it's like 30 something. So now one thing is, a lot of times it is during the winter a little bit warmer down here anyway than like where I live, because this is more like closer to the water. Kind of varies. Okay, so you can see there, okay, there's all those people out there. Let's see. Okay, oh, there is some cars out there, I guess. I think, see, a lot of times most people don't, depending on how the ice is, they don't like drive their car out there. There's they like pull their, okay, it looks like these people got their car, some four-wheelers. I'm not sure if that's no, I guess that's a tent. Okay, the people might not be parking in cars, but there might be some like four-wheelers out in the ice. Snowmobiles, of course. See, there you go. Oh, okay, there's some of these guys in this parachute thing. Okay. It's one of those like parasail guys, like, see that, like they're gonna do that on the ice. Let's see, gonna get a shot of that. If that, okay, maybe I'll hang out for a little bit, and then if those guys go up in the air, I'll show them. But anyway, so you could just see, okay, there's the water out there, and see, like, those are all ice huts, ice fishing tent shelters. People are in there fishing. Now, it doesn't mean that at all times, a lot of people leave it out there and they're not like always out there fishing, they just set it up, and you're even allowed to do that, I mean, you risk you get your stuff stolen, but anyway, okay, it looks like these guys it might take these guys a while to get going. They're kind of, anyway. Okay, I am walking on water right now. Okay. See, at this point, I don't know how thick the ice is, but at this point it's pretty shallow. This probably goes all the way to the ground at this point. But anyway, I'll just give you a better view of all the ice fishers out here before my phone dies here. So this is like I said, again, this is the bay of Duluth. Okay, I think it's, I don't know if officially it's called Superior Bay. Anyway, but it's the bay, the harbor, the sheltered water. And the thing that makes it sheltered is that's actually, it looks like it's a big piece of land, but it's actually a thin piece of land there. It's a sandbar, then that's the main lake, the unsheltered area. And those guys went up on those in those parachutes, but now they're gone. I didn't manage to get the video of that, but anyway. And then, okay, so if you go all along, to get back to Duluth, you drive all along this flat area, then you get into Canal Park, which is like this tourist area, warehouses. There's a canal there where you can watch the ships come in, but probably not this time of year. They're probably done for the year until the shipping season's probably over now till like March or something. Anyway, and then you see that giant wall there. That giant wall, that's Duluth. That's the big hill there. That's Duluth. You know, from here it almost looks like it goes straight up. But I mean, but you've seen other videos. It's not like completely straight up, but there's some really steep parts. I mean, it just depends. You can just see, and then you see Anger Tower up there. In the center there is the Anger Tower. I've done a video with that. Anyway, lots of people have done video. And then over there, that's Superior, Wisconsin. So right now, I could walk over to Superior, like, as long as the ice is good all the way over, without, I could walk all the way over without, and get there probably faster than somebody could drive, because it's actually about a 10-mile drive around, or a 5 or 10-mile round, because you got to go all the way down to Duluth and all the way across, and then all the way down here. So, you know, anyway, yeah, beautiful area, huh? Kind of an icy, kind of like harsh kind of beauty, but you know, but it's still, you know, looks like maybe if some of the snow melted, you might actually have smooth enough ice where people could have like ice boats, which is those sailing devices that have those blades, you know. But I actually tried to build one a couple years ago. It didn't work out too well, but anyway, let's just do one panoramic shot of the area. There's the van, and that's the parking area there. All right. I finish up. This is Canal Park down here. I'm kind of like on the side of it. Okay, but that's like the Civic Center, Convention Center, all that stuff deck. Okay, anyway, and this is like, so we're kind of like behind. That's anyway, the main part, like the bar section, is kind of like over that way. But anyway, but yeah, this is like this old ship to Irwin, an old warship they have in the canal there, in a little like slip or whatever you want to call it. And then you got like the aquarium over here. Yeah. So now we're near downtown. So basically, I drove all the way back down that strip of land to like more like toward this area that's right below the downtown Duluth, and then the water, all the ice. Last shot of this here, the ice there, and actually there's up the hill there, and now you can see it here. It's not just like straight up, it's like a wall. There is like, it's like kind of like some slope, and there's different kind of like sections and stuff, and some parts are steeper than others on the hill, the big hill. All right, I guess I'm gonna go home now. That Sarge is all happy back here. Hey buddy. Hey buddy. Little cameo there. Hey buddy poo. Okay, Sarge is happy laying here.